Jacqui-Lee Pryce for Shadowboxruk UK. Today's guest is a super lightweight, Dublin sensation, especially after that KO last time, LEARY. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I cannot complain. Long time, feels like a long time. How's life treating you?
It's treating good, treating really good. Everything's gone really good at the minute. So smoothly, nice, perfect, the way it should be. Yeah, I'm on point now, really. Just you got to grin there.
Nice. So listen, out on the Friday the 29th, this Friday coming up, it's a proper family affair, isn't it? You've got Reynolds, Hamilton, Archie Sharp, is Archie Sharp headlining with that WBO Global?
Yeah, he's headlining.
Gorgeous. And then you.
Then me.
That must feel good though. The energy in the gym, like now, because everybody's.
Sorry,
Will. I forgot Will. Sorry, Will. Forgot Will.
Well, it said Will. So Hamilton.
Yeah. Oh, did I say it? Yes, I did. You're right. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, the boys of starting off with Will. I don't know what, like the last couple of months with Will, like he's been training really, really hard, and obviously the opportunity came then to him to fight on the card. So, like, but previous, when he got the opportunity, I'd seen him trying really hard and done a lot of rounds. He's looking tremendous shape, like even in the ring when he sparred. And I was like, the last time when I was in camp for June, I saw him sparring, and let's say 30-40. Then I saw him sparring again then, and I was like, is that Will in there? It's like, I couldn't believe it. It's like all the blocks he's doing and all the feints and his head moving. He's just gone from zero straight up. Like it's just
a hero.
It's tremendous, you know. It's actually good buzz. It's good buzz looking at him because how happy he is then. Then when someone's happy in the gym, then the gym is buzzing.
Yeah.
Same with Jordan. As well. Like they've gone from just it's actually scary how much talent is in the gym and how it's escalating so quickly.
But I'm guessing also as well, it's like that old saying that, you know, everybody kind of lifts their game when there's quality in the gym. And unknowingly, you're all sparring each other. So like if you spar a novice, you drop down a level, don't you? And then if you spar quality people, you're gonna be coming on leaps and bounds, aren't you?
Yeah, he's gonna keep on accelerating right to the top, like even when we're training, like we're all pushing each other. We're all having a chat. We're all, how can I explain? It's actually hard to explain because I've never been to it. Not that I've never been to a gym like it, but it feels like a home in the gym. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's just so happy. Everyone pushes each other, talks things and stuff like that. Like even when I'm in getting change or whatever like that, then it's how things. Yeah, I'm good. Not long now until you see the baby and stuff like that. Just the small little stuff like that you remind you of you're nearly there. And again, then when you think about it then on the way home, and you're like, geez, I'm only 5 days away, so I'm buzzing. Can't wait. So it's how they say things here, and that's the most important
thing. In that respect, first of all, that's great to hear because sometimes I guess, and I guess they have to be, pro gyms are all business, but does this feel a little bit like, you know, on the amateur scene, you really get that family feeling. Do you think it sort of resembles that in some way?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Really nice. But listen, you're looking more confident, and let's talk about how meaty you're looking and all. We're talking about Will. Are you with the same S&C coach?
No, I actually haven't. No, I've been doing my own strength this camp. Yeah, we're doing my own strength. You know, I'm not actually I'm not a person that really keen on strength, you know. Like, I more so do strength just for recovery, not recovery wise, but keep me injury free. Because since I've always, boxing was my life, so I always box and I've always picked up small injuries along the way. And for the past 3-4 years, I've been doing strength. yeah, I've been like I haven't been seriously injured yet. Like please God, it says like that, and I swear by it. But I wouldn't be a massive guy who would want to lift a load of weights and lift heavy weights or something like that. Like the max I'd want to lift on a dumbbell is probably 20 kilo. That's it. Like you're seeing boxers out there struggling trying to do 27, 30 kilo dumbbells. And like, that's outrageous. Like, that's crazy. But it is what it is. I just look at myself and do my own thing. That I think it's working for me.
I think if it's working for you, why change it? And I think there is this myth that if you're a boxer, if you do S&C, it has to be heavy lifting. But you just look, balanced. Actually, you look really balanced through the front and the back, and you look really strong. And of course, let's talk about your last fight. So we want to talk about strength. Bloody hell. The last fight, which in July, was Jan Marsalek in Bolton. Gorgeous, gorgeous flipping it. Knockout. Come on, in the second round.
Yeah. I just went down and the game plan was just to box, just be smart, keep moving, not stay still because he's known as a heavy puncher. So went down to the first round, took one or two shots off and see was he living up to the name that he was doing. So I felt like I could walk him down then after taking him. So I was like, I'll just put the pressure on now. This is to myself. I never said it to the coach Al or Ed. So I just try down on myself and go back to the corner. Then go into the second round. I was just like, pick the pace up now a little bit. So I was like, yeah, perfect. So as I was picking the pace up, he actually came in to try land the shot. And it was just a natural reaction there, and I'm just left hook. I visualised of knocking them out anyways. But just down in that style and how he went was just put loose on the cake.
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, to be fair, you kind of double fainted him. He just came in and walked onto the shot beautifully. But your timing was just like, I was like, all right, Pierce, come on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But
it wasn't. I think what was beautiful about it was that the fact that you timed your distance, because I think now you've really settled into the pro scene. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, when you come from the amateur scene and you're known as a bit of a big puncher, do you think that there was kind of this heavy weight on your shoulder to come out and start putting people over?
Yeah, a million %, 1,000,000%. Like even before my debut, like I was obviously prepared myself for it, and people are saying, "Oh, we've got the power, like bringing the power over into the pro game now." And it was so obviously with me, with no obviously experience in the pro game, I was thinking, right, if I'm gonna hit these shots, like these are gonna get down. So when I was hitting my hard shots, I was just covering back up, which they were surviving. So rather than just tip, open up, and then come up with a heavy shot, then that's how it has to be done. Because you trick their mind, obviously. So now that I'm in a pro gym, rather than training in an amateur gym as a pro, it wasn't working. There was no experience there. So coming abroad, training with Al, Ed, Paul, the rest of the team, they have all the experience in the world as a pro. They've been through there. So with them then training me, inspired, listening, and the most important thing for me was being open-minded. And being open-minded of what they tend to do. Going into sparring and actually nailing it in sparring. And every time I was doing it. And if I wasn't doing it, I was actually getting frustrated myself. So, well, yeah, I mean, it's just going back to the question. Yeah, when I was coming into the pro game, that's all. Like I was like, oh, I'll knock these out, which that doesn't happen. So when you slow it down, settle in, move around, like, I was probably a slow starter now, rather than a fast starter. That's how much I'm not stepping into the pro game. So, yeah, for me, it's just really going out and perform. We don't look for a knockout somewhere. If you come.
Exactly. What I was going to say, it's really nice because you're saying you're a slow starter now. You found that little balance, I think, between, you know, being a slow starter, but not too slow that we'll wait until God knows how long in the fight. Do you know what I mean? But,
yeah, no, when I mean as a slow starter.
Oh, I know.
I feel slow for myself.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it's normal. No, you look great now. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I feel, just from coming from the amateurs, that's all.
Yeah. What's nice though is you get to see your boxing intelligence, and you also get to see. For me, listen, this is me. I like to see good boxing, but I understand that, you know, the layman wants to see, like, you know, proper tear-offs. But I think you've got a little mix of both. Do you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I think will be exciting for you. Do you, you know, judging off your last fight, does that sort of have an impact on, I know I shouldn't say following, but your fan base? You know, does that make people go, Jesus, this guy's a really exciting fighter, and then all the sponsors jump on board? Hopefully, fingers crossed. Does that happen?
Yeah, it does happen. Yeah, it does happen. That KO opened up some of the doors for me, you know. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. More sports when they go on board, because of exposure or stuff like that. But all for me, at the end of the day, we just have to win and do my job. That's all I have to do. And if the KO comes or if it doesn't come, if there has to be a board fight, I don't care. Once I win the fight, that's all that matters to me. So, I mean, that's the most important for me. But obviously, the fans want to see an exciting fight, and yeah, like the fans haven't even seen what been done in the gym, what I'm capable of doing. So it's actually a little bit scary knowing that the reputation that I actually have now is probably only from 60% of what I've been doing in the ring. So imagine behind it, like if someone come into see me sparring and into the gym, they'd be like, Jesus, me name would probably X-ray again, you know. But another thing is sparring is different to fighting. So whether you can perform under the pressure, but then they're good to go then into the game.
Do you know what? I love coming into gyms watching sparring, and you're absolutely right. You know, sparring's different, but I still love it. I still love watching people learn their craft. Do you know what I mean? Whether those people that always play it safe, I'm like, you know what? You've got to kind of throw yourself in and sometimes take a few little kick downs. Metaphorical kick downs.
Even like, so when I spar, the night before when I spar, sorry, the day before when I spar, Al always sends in a text about who sparred and who was sparring, stuff like that. So sometimes I don't sleep the night before. I'm not excited about sparring because I know what I'm doing and what I'm going to be learning in there again. So when I'm going around, like I sparred 10 rounds. I did with OD, like O'Hara Davis, and because his next fight was a 10 round himself, so he needed rounds. So I was doing an 8 rounder, so I was like 10 rounds tonight. I looked at him. I said, 10 rounds? I said, I only started doing 8 rounds last week. I said, what do you mean, 10 rounds? So he said, yeah, you're going to be doing 10 rounds. So I was like, oh, cool. But mentally wise, it actually drains you thinking about it. Well, you have to do 10 rounds. But he's going to do 10 rounds, 12 rounds of pads, no problem.
Exactly.
So, you know, and even though we're sparring, you're well able for it, but yeah, after the sparring, then you're mentally drained because you're all the things they're doing from setting the feints and moving about and stuff like that. Like it is it is very tiring, but when you're in there, you're fine. So couldn't believe when I done 10 rounds. I actually come home and I couldn't sleep. My body's on that adrenaline. I was like, I can't believe I'm not doing that session. Like, that sparring, that kind of movement. So I was actually amazed by myself. I didn't think I could do that. So and it's probably just lack of belief that I probably needed to say, well, I'm able for this now, and that's the level I'm going above like, all the time. So yeah, that's really it.
Did they tell you about that sparring on the day, the actual amount of rounds, or did they tell you the night before? So when they told you who you were sparring, did they say, you're sparring, blah, 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 and it's this many rounds? Or did they keep that key piece of information about how many rounds it was until the next day?
They tell you They tell you the soon you put your gun shit in their mouth to get in the spar.
But what I'm saying is, you didn't really have time to think, you know, okay, at that moment you're like, oh my God, 10, oh, well, the bell goes and you got to go, innit?
Yeah, that's it, exactly, yeah, that's it.
You have no time to think about it. And actually, it's a brilliant way because, like you said, you think, like, oh my God, 10 rounds. 10 rounds later, you're like, oh, what?
But you know what? Even I think it's very good at getting that kind of 10 round experience in because now you know what the pace is like.
Yes.
How the pace is out, when to up the gears and when to take them back down, when to recover in the rounds or something like that. So yeah, it's very important.
I can imagine as well, you can't really have an off day. And I'm getting like all off athletes obviously have an off day, but I think they're probably more rare because of the level of competitiveness in your gym. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh man, everyone's going to be in. Everyone's like going for this fight. Everyone's like topping each other. Is it very much like that at Ibox?
No, not really. No, John, I think everyone has an off day every now and again. Look, we're only human. The body can't keep taking what we're putting the pressure on. So, like, probably 2 weeks or last week, probably had one of those days. Week before, probably had another one. And then 2 weeks previous that, then probably had 2 days in the week. I was probably feeling like that. But that doesn't matter because once you're mentally wise, like, today's not the day. But yet you still get the session done. It doesn't have to be a hard session. Just trying to recover. Next day, then actually looking forward to going and trying and rearing to go again.
Yeah.
So,
that sounds good. Sounds good. So who are you fighting? You are fighting. Oh, before I talk about who you're fighting, I read somewhere that people were saying, should that be a contender for knockout of the year? That last fight.
Definitely.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course.
That'd be nice.
I think it should be.
I don't know where we vote for the things like that. But hopefully.
I think it was on the Sun newspaper.
Okay.
It was on the Sun, yeah. The Sun.
Yeah, but it was quality. It really was quality.
Oh,
it
yeah,
really was quality. It really was. So yeah, talking about your fight on the 29th, is it a 6-rounder or a 4-rounder?
No, it's actually an 8-rounder.
Come on, yeah, moving up the gears, lovely. So you're fighting, is it Zaya or Zaya? Zaya, isn't it? Osgood.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's really, really experienced, and he's a former Southern Area champion.
Yeah.
So that's a nice fight for you. But he's no mug that's going to just like roll over, is he?
No. But another thing is, like, I don't believe that he's only level. Like, I just think I'm far beyond that. Everyone, like, most of all this. Now that's just my belief, and that's just the belief in my hard work and the sacrifice that I make and how I perform in the gym, stuff like that. Like, I totally believe, like, I'm well beyond him. So yeah, people saying it's a tough fight, this and that. I'm just like, yeah, no worries, yeah. Once I know what I'm capable of doing in the ring on that night, I should have no problem.
It doesn't sound. I mean, do you have a look at them, or do you just literally leave that all to Al?
No, we just leave it to Al and Ed. That's it. Leave it to Al and Ed. They're the coaches. Let them do it. Because I heard a quote one time. You can study fighters, but yeah, you can bring a different style on that night. So
true.
So I'd just rather just go in, figure him out, deal with him
on the day,
on the night. That's it.
Yeah, or night, like you say. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I mean, he is a decent fighter, but I just think in terms of the way you're being matched, the way you're gradually being able to sort of open up that toolkit, and like you just said earlier on, listen, they haven't even seen half of what you can do.
Yeah,
so these fights are going to allow you to just, okay, well, you've seen that, now I can show you a little bit of this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Each more out of the bag every time. Exactly.
I like it. So looking forward to it. 29th of October, York Hall, a real Ibox family affair. Thanks very much for giving us your time, Piers.
No worries at all. No problem at all.